Hello, beautiful people of the internet. My name is Ryan. Welcome back to Blueprints. Oh boy, I'm very excited to record for you today. This is episode number 129, and here's the situation. So you're watching this episode regularly scheduled every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 a.m., or you're watching it at some point in the future, which is also fine. But the episodes are coming out, 2 times a week for you guys. But I've just been away from my computer and away from my home for about a week. So I'm recording this episode directly after vacation, which means I've had a week to think and a week to plan and a week to sort of come up with some hypotheses to test. And I think there is a very important hypothesis that we have to test right at the start of today's episode. Welcome in. I hope you're having an excellent day. I'm so excited to play some Blueprints for you today. I may be a little rusty around the edges. It's been a while since I've sat at the computer and recorded a video game, but I'm hopeful about what we can accomplish today. So here is my impression, my memory, often faulty, of what happened the last time we recorded. We discovered a major hitch in the spiral of stars that I think I may have misunderstood. I at least want to test it. I want to test it. We also attempted to get to room 46 by 9 a.m., succeeded, and then nothing happened. And we probably banged our head against the wall of the current puzzle that I'm trying to solve. However, at the end of the last episode, something like that, close to the end of the episode, I took a screenshot, and I want to go read it right now. I took a screenshot of what Spiral of Stars says. Add a word to Spiral of Stars, then gain 1 key and 1 gem for each rank reached, then lose 3 steps for each rank reached, then gain 1 coin for each day spent, and then lose 2 stars. Okay, that's what I thought that it said, but I currently understand that differently than I did during the last episode. I think, and we should go check this right away, which is what we will do. My understanding during the last episode of that, my interpretation of that, I should say, was, oh shit, Spiral of Stars is obviously the amount of words in Spiral of Stars and the amount of stars that I have go hand in hand. Those are a 1-to-1 relationship. They're not a 1-to-1 relationship, I don't think, right? I think what happens is every time you click on Spiral of Stars, you add a word and then trigger all of the other things. That doesn't mean it's tied 1-to-1. In the past, I had been like, the more stars I get on the board, the more I accumulate from Spiral of Stars. I think that's flawed. I think basically so long as I'm over 100 stars, I can click Spiral of Stars and it itself will advance. We have to test that right now, because if that's true, that means that my strategy for Spiral of Stars really has not changed that much, because I could just keep drafting it and just keep myself around or about 100 stars and go from there, which would be a big relief to me. Now, it's possible in the week since I have last played the game that I have come up with a bad idea about how this works, but I'm excited to test it. We'll do some trophy room here. Oh, I should have redrawn, although that's fine. Observatory. Okay, let's see. Let's see what this is. So first off, up to 132 stars. I took that screenshot when we were at 131 stars. We should now go down to 130. We should also... Perfect. We gained the normal things, and we did add a word. So we are 1 star lower than we were last time, but we are 1 word bigger, which is really excellent. That means the Spiral of Stars continues spiraling. If is an interesting word to start with, because now all of a sudden we have a cause and effect. If a certain cause has been achieved, if a certain box has been checked, I think it stands to reason the second half of that phrase would include a then statement. Or sometimes with if then statements, the then is actually implied rather than explicitly said. If I have enough money, I'll go to a Tyler Childers concert next year. The then is implied there. It's an if-then statement, but the then is not actually explicitly stated. So this is exciting. Spiral of Stars continues apace, which is excellent. However, I don't know that that's what we're going to do first or for the rest of this episode. That was a small hypothesis that I wanted to test, and I'm glad that I tested it because, oh boy, I almost had a very incorrect understanding of how that works. But, oh my god, this affects something else too. I was just sitting here thinking, should I be doing anything else on this run before I call it a day? You know, the two things that come to my mind. First off, conservatory in the corner because I love that place. Second off, which is probably worth doing, and I will go do it. Second off, should I be trying to trigger an experiment? Because in the last episode, we made sure that I could trigger an experiment that gives you extra stars. I don't know that I need extra stars. I've got 130, and I lose 2, but I gain 1 every single time I grab Observatory. Eventually, I may need more stars. But I was sort of under the impression that I needed to, the incorrect impression, I should say, that I needed to maximize my number of stars to maximize the effects of Spiral of Stars. No. It is limited by the amount of times that you select it in Observatory, not the amount of stars that you have. Although it may eventually be limited if you have less than 100. So I don't think we need to do any experiments, and I think we probably just need to draft Conservatory and then move on with our lives. Okay. So the second thing that I want to try and do today, surprise, surprise, has to do with, I would say, the major roadblock of our... Good boy, by the way. The major roadblock of our life right now, which is the what am I calling it? The cryptograph? The starts with a C. What am I calling it? The cryptograph. The 5x5. That's the second thing that we need to solve. This is interesting. Do I want planetarium? I think I probably actually want planetarium to be higher. Music room as standard is fine for me. Foyer as commonplace is fine for me. Planetarium, I think we should make common, or I think we should make it common at this point right now. And I know that flies in the face of what I just said. It doesn't matter how often we draft. It doesn't matter how many stars we have. It matters that we draft Observatory. That said, planetarium does help us eat that star cost, right? It's a fine place to add stars. Fine place to add stars. And I can always reset it later. Speaking of which, we should probably try to reset some rooms right now, right? It's a flound 4 plan. Ooh, it only resets to standard. Okay. I was thinking it would reset to rare or unusual in case we wanted to eventually get rid of it. So here's what I'm thinking. Let's go through vaguely with some of the rooms that we may not need anymore and see if we can't revert them to a less common rarity. So far, these all look pretty good. These are the rooms that I would want rare. Attic, I could use a little bit less rare, maybe. Storeroom's fine. Breakfast nook is fine. Music room's fine as is. Locker room's fine as is. I like wine cellar. It's not... I could use to make wine cellar unusual, but it's not a terrible room. I'd like to make ballroom even more rare. I'd like to make pantry rare as shit. I'd like to make... Okay, so we are not having any real opportunities for taking them back to the right... For like, dropping something to its default rarity in a way that is helpful to me. Nothing so far. I certainly don't want to see that room ever again. Not bad. It's a junction room, and it lets me power laundry room, which I like. Although I don't really need to power laundry room right now. Let's make it unusual. I have aquarium for doing that. Good. Workshop, I honestly would like to make unusual. There's a chance I'll still need a workshop eventually. No, I think we have to be. I think we have to future-proof things. I was about to say the odds that I need to create a contraption to solve a puzzle in this game go way down the further we get into the game, right? Contraptions are an early game thing or a mid-game thing. But no, the last puzzle that I solved, the series of doors and tunnel, included the need for contraptions, and all of a sudden I needed workshop. And so I think keeping it draftable is probably smart. Oh boy. Okay, it turns out we have literally nothing we would like to change the rarity of. Maybe some things in here. Corridor should be less common, not more. Dang, these are all... It turns out past Ryan has been pretty smart about how he... Okay. Well, I haven't really found anything, so we're just going to leave it there. About how rare he made stuff. So let's call it a day. Actually, let's not. We can just leave the game here for a second. Okay, so here's the second thing that I think I need to do. I think I absolutely need to do. We need to change the way that we are solving the cryptograph puzzle. Have I had any... Okay, so how do I talk about this? Have I had any genius ideas on how to solve the cryptograph puzzle? No, I have not. The pig sand male date head puzzle. No, I have not had any. That said... So I haven't come up with any like different ideas about how to solve it. Any different approaches. I still think most signs point to the numeric cores being like a likely solve for this puzzle. I don't know that this is right. I don't know that this is right. But here's what I do know. Currently, as I would say it, here's how I would like... Okay, so we... 2 episodes ago? 3 episodes ago? I don't remember. We started doing this, right? This is fine. And it gave us some numbers, 20 and 15. And then I was like, I don't want to do this because this is way too much work to solve something. Way too much work to... I'm going to do so much work and I'm not going to end up at a solution. And then I spent a week away, and I was like, I don't have any new ideas on how to get a solution. I think we should do the numeric cores. And then I was like, oh, God, now I have to do it for all of these. We have to come up with a better method. And by that, I mean a better method than, like, manually doing all of this math. So I have downloaded a whatchamacallit that... a Chrome extension that puts us in dark mode on Google Sheets because there is no way in hell I was going to do this shit without dark mode. If the option was try this in a spreadsheet or on light mode or give up and wonder if that was the correct solution, I was going to choose give up. I have to do dark mode here because otherwise I'm going to be blinded. You're going to be blinded. So here's my thought. We have a pattern of we have lots of patterns, right? We have pigs, We have sand. We have male. We have date. We have head. We have a bunch of... We have head. We have a bunch of other words other than that. But sort of one of the problems right now is that we're... Sorry, I'm trying... this is going to be really fun. Welcome to Ryan Plays Google Sheets instead of Ryan Plays Photoshop. Here's how I'm thinking of this. I need a program that can do the math for me and the copying and pasting of formulas for me. That's kind of how I'm thinking about this, which is why, to me, Google Sheets makes a lot of sense. Or Excel or whatever, but I'm a Google Sheets user. So let's use sand as an example. I don't know. I'm not very good with Excel sheets. This is going to be a little rough. So the information we already have is this, right? We need to find a way to translate this into formula on Google Sheets. And if I'm bad at Photoshop, I'm worse at this. So I think this is the slot that we leave for, right here is the slot that we leave for, like, what the actual answer is. Oh my god, this dark mode is kind of nuts. Why is that color so ugly? Oh, that's an ugly color too. Why is it so light? Oh boy. Okay. That's where we're going to put, like, 20 as the answer, right? Until we get there, we need to do a bunch of math, like, we know... Okay. Here's what I'm trying... I don't even know how to phrase this. What I'm trying to do is, like, I need 19, then I need minus. Right? Then I need times, then I need divided by, and then I need, like... I need 1. And then I need the same kind of thing, but I need 4. My goal, we've already solved sand, right? My goal here is going to be, this is going to be such an ugly piece of technology. And you may have a better idea on how to do it, but unfortunately I'm the one with the paintbrush. The goal is I want to make an entire little area that I can then copy paste and just plug in like the letters for male, you know? Like then I need to be able to plug in male and plug in whatever, and whatever. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Now here's the problem. Sand is actually, first off, there's a couple problems. Sand is actually 14, then 4. Okay, so here's one thing we could do. Let's, now we're getting into how does Ryan play Excel and not, or sorry, Google Sheets and not how does Ryan play the video game. Here's my thought. I'm aware of the function. You could even do some color coding, actually. Hold up. I like this. What if we centered all of this shit, because it's going to drive me crazy if it's not centered. What if we color-coded all of these as... Give me my math sheet. These have to be positive, so they have to be blue. So what if we color-coded all of... Nope. What if we color-coded all of these to be blue? Okay. These two are subtracted, which is yellow. That's the ugliest yellow I've ever seen, brother. Holy cow, whatever. We could come up with our own color, but I guess for ease of stuff, we're just going to do that. Then we need, I'm just looking over at my Photoshop document to see. Then we need multiplication, which was like a light pink. That's not so light. That's not light either. Whatever. Then we need divided, which is purple. Oh boy. It's really funny how the this program that I'm using to make this work. Sorry, this Chrome extension is not affecting the colors of the boxes, so it's really funny. Okay. So then we need times. And then we need times and times. Oh, this is going to be a headache and a half. Wait, that can't be times if that is also time. Okay, this one isn't times. This one is actually divided by. The good news is I think the whole idea here is I should only have to do this work once, and then from there it should be plug and play. So right now we're just coloring. This should be minus, which is fucking what color again? Yellow. This should be minus, and then so should this one. And then this one should be that. Okay. And then this is divided, which is purple. This is also divided, and then these two are also subtraction. Shit. Okay. Are you following along at home? Basically, what I'm trying to do is give you a visual representation of we're taking the first number, and it has to be positive because that's what a numerical core asks you to. Because of that, then you can do 19 minus 1 times and then divided, or 19 minus 1 divided then times. These should give us different answers. What we should do next is do blank. So we might need to do some parentheses. We might need to do some parentheses here. So let's just add a bunch of parentheses because you can always delete them later. Minus this. Okay. Then into parentheses, we'll take whatever that totals, and you will multiply. Which I think is asterisk here. Yeah. Multiplied by this, into parentheses, divided by this. 63 is the exact correct answer. That's exactly what we wanted. Okay, so now, unfortunately, we have to do that for all of these. Okay, so, shit. Oh my god. Stop clicking on shit. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this, and then I'm actually just going to change it up here one by one. I think that is correct. It says 19 minus 1 divided by 14 times 4. That should be correct. This one should be times, so multiplied by, then subtracted, then divided. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. 1.25. Then we're going to take this one and drag it down because it has the first number correct. Then we will divide and then subtract. Now, we should be a little careful here because we need to sort of double check our work. These three, I did not actually calculate the answers for. I said they were X because they were not whole numbers. The next two, I have answers for. So we have to sort of hope. We're going to be copying and pasting this all over the place, so we sort of have to get it right the first time. Times, then minus. 262 is exactly the correct number. And then this one should be 20. So we'll take this, drag it down, and switch the last two, minus and times. I think we're cooking. I think... Shit, I deleted the wrong one. Okay, I think that's correct. Subtracted then times. Yeah. Okay. I think we're doing it. So here, let's pick a different color. Let's pick fucking blue. Why? Why did you... Oh, that's text color. God damn it. Oh boy, what is up with the colors here, brother? I need a color that signifies That's the wrong thing. I need a color that signifies... that signifies this is our final answer. That one ain't it. That one also ain't it. That ain't it. Oh, my Lord. This is going to drive me nuts. That's a good one. That's a great one. Okay. So here's what we got. We're going to make this one bold and bigger. And we can just manually copy the smallest number over to here. That's sand. Done. Now, we need to zoom way out, and we need to make this replicable. So I think the first thing we're going to do here is do some of this, where we combine merge some cells. We got to make this shit look pretty, right? Why can I not? There we go. Now I can zoom in more. Okay. We got to merge some cells to make this shit look pretty. Meaning that can all be smaller. Okay. That looks fine, honestly, right? We could maybe even merge these cells just to make them, 20 sand, beautiful. Then I think we take all of this, we copy, we paste, oh boy, okay? I don't know how to actually do this in a way that I've never been very good at like making the columns. Some of you are in so much pain, and I can tell that. I don't know how to make the columns of. I know you can resize like format cell size somewhere. It's like somewhere in here. I've done it before. The problem is column stats. I use Google Sheets every single day, but I never do anything this complicated with it. It might just be here. Is it on column actions? Resize column right there. So, can we just do this? What if I just resize all of the columns? Okay, let's go 22. Okay, that seems like a little bit too... We'll insert some columns to the right. Now everything is the same size. How's that look on a... Not terrible, honestly. The problem is these are very hard to read, but we could also just make these smaller. And if they are a whole number, we know that we can read them. And if they aren't, then should probably like... This is where the formatting gets fun, right? Oh, I didn't grab all of them. I just grabbed some of them. Okay. Horizontally aligned left. If we know they're a whole number, okay. If they're a whole number, we know we can. It's a contender. If it's not a whole number, we know that it can't be a contender. So now I think what we do is this. No. Sorry. Copy. That is our first row. And then our first row, and then this is our fourth and fifth rows, and that is our worksheet. So let's get down to business. Now that I've done all of that, some of it, we need to just we need to change what the actual data says. So here's something interesting. I don't know that I can do this the way that I thought I did. So if this one is pigs, right? That one's pigs. First off, we should delete the answers for anything that isn't sand, and probably delete anything that isn't sand. That way we just know none of this part is automated. It's all going to be manually entered. So, God, I have no idea if this makes for an interesting YouTube video, but we're about to find out. I could have clicked and I could have done that easier by just clicking and dragging. Here's what I'm thinking, right? 16. This one's easy. I write 16 there. I drag it down. Here, the second letter, I, is 9. I don't think I can drag it down. It changes the formatting. Can I copy and paste in a way that ignores formatting? I think I can, right? Paste values only. Beautiful. We're cooking. 7. Copy. Paste special. Control Shift V is values only. Okay. So then we go 19 again. Wait. 16. Yeah, 19. Okay. Control. Beautiful. I think our answer for pigs is 19. This is so much quicker than the other way. Holy shit. So then we get male. And I do need to do a bunch of work, which is that male is 13, 1, 9, and L is 12. Buckle up, dudes. This is gonna take us a while. I feel like I'm competing in the world Excel championships. Okay, so I need to shift click to grab all of them, then control shift V to paste, then, although that one was actually already correct. So control C, then shift click, then control shift V. Oh my God. I think the answer here is 9. Okay. This is interesting. This is very interesting. That's male. Then we need, it's interesting because I'm trying not to zoom out too much. I'm trying to be like, these are all pretty small numbers. Date is 4, 1, 20, and 5. So far I'm pretty proud of the Control Shift V. I'm pretty proud of the Excel, the Google sheet that we've built here. God, I hope it's correct. The answers are seeming like I haven't actually done the math, right? Like 4 minus 1 is 3 times 20 is 60 divided by 5 is 12. So it's working. It's also color coordinated, which is a real step up for me. And it's definitely saving us time. I think this is no matter what happens, no matter if we find a solution to this thing or not, I think this is a rousing success just from the fact that I have now found a way to use both Photoshop Designer, or whatever that program is that I use, physical notes, and now also Google Sheets to play this game. And I didn't maybe make a huge fool of myself. Head is 4. So I think I can also... sorry, A is 1. Wait, hold up. A is 1. That was wrong. Can I hit Control C, drag all of those, then Control V? I can. Control C. So I don't have to shift click. I can just drag. Control C, drag, Control Shift V. Done. 12. Wait, that's the same number? That's not good, right? I don't know if that's good or not. Let's just double check our work here. H is 8. E is 5. A is 1. D is 4. Okay, I mean, so I should say, this is correct as long as the big question mark here is still this. The big question mark is, does A equals 1? I don't know. I feel like the odds of that are low, but it's the only thing that I know so far. It's the only thing I can try so far. We got 2 12s, which is a little weird. Is that weird? It's not my job to judge if it's weird or not. It's my job to fucking plug the numbers in. My job is to plug the numbers in. Clam. We can't be evaluating right now. We need to be working. 3 for C. 12 for L. 1 for A. 13 for M. I'm a little unsure if I should be filming all of this for you, but here we are. I'm getting better as I go. Getting quicker. Becoming like second nature. Or it's muscle memory, I should say. Peak. So the answer here should be 23. 23 by Miley Cyrus. I'm in the club. High off perp with my shades on. Tatted up. Mini skirt with my J's on. J's on my feet. You thought I didn't know 23 by Miley Cyrus? Think again. Think again, motherfucker. All right. Okay, so the answer here is 1. That's very weird. I screw this. You know what I'm going to do? You know what I'm going to do? I'm not even going to look at the answers. I'm just going to do the calculations. Don't even look at the answers, Ryan. Joya is... I'll look at the answers after I'm done. Joya is 10 for J. 15 for O. Should really zoom out on my other document so that I can do this a little bit easier. Y is 25, right? Should be, yeah. I know the alphabet. 1. You thought that some of you might be sitting there being like, Ryan, you should really play some music to make this more interesting. No, I will be providing the music. I am the entertainment. What do you guys want to hear from Miley Cyrus next? Well is 23. E is 5. I can't wait to find out later that I have done this all wrong. As in, like, I've accidentally read the wrong number for W or something. Okay, we're cooking. We're cooking. Well is done. So that means Toad is 20. O is 15. A is that. D is 4. So there's Toad. Hard is 3, 1. R is 18. That's 4. So that's already ready. Okay. We're cooking. We're cooking. We're zooming. Will. W is 23. Did somebody say Miley Cyrus's hit song 23? What? Featuring... Who's on that song? I can't look it up right now. Who's featured on that song? Many of you have probably never heard it before. In college, I ran. Here's the story behind 23, which I'm sure none of you are very interested in hearing, but guess what? You're a hostage here. Buckle up. You're going to hear the story. So 23 played at my wedding, actually. 23 by Miley Cyrus played it at my wedding. And here's why. I ran college cross country and track. Tape. Legs. So I ran cross country, it's a running sport. Cross country is a fall sport where you run. Track is an indoor sport in the winter where you run, and a spring sport in the spring when you run outside. And then you spend the summer training for cross country. So it's a year-round sport, and you especially if you are a cross country runner, you run with the same people year round. Like it's a 12-month of the year sport. You take a week off in the spring and a week off in the fall after track and after cross country. But otherwise, you spend your entire life running. So for 4 years, all I did was run so many freaking miles with the same people over and over and over again. And that obviously leads to, well, first off, it was a lot of fun. Like, those are my best friends still. Like, those are the people that my best man at my wedding, etc. My cross country teammates from college are like, I spent so many hours with them doing something that was hard and also boring, and so you bond just like aggressively. But one of our traditions was that on the bus or like in the van on the way to a cross country meet or coming back from a cross country meet more often, we would play that song so goddamn loud and rock the van or the van or the bus so aggressively with our dancing. And so it is a song that inspires in me. Like, first off, if I see the word 23, I literally have to say, I'm in the club. I'm in the club, high off perp, with my shades on, tatted up, mini skirt with my J's on. I just have to. It's like it's not an actual compulsion because I want to leave space for people who have actual compulsions, but it's an earworm that is never gonna leave my ear. That's 9. And so at my wedding and at all of my friends' weddings, we have gone absolutely. Oh no, I don't know what that does. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, I accidentally inspected some stuff, I think. At all of my friends' weddings, we have also gone absolutely nuts to that song. Okay, there's Made, then Slab. The other song is I don't even know what it's called. I just call it the Gasolina song. L is 12. That is that. This is 1. I think people probably know what I'm talking about when I say the Gasolina song, but those are the 2 songs that are imprinted upon my brain. Slap, we only have 6 left, guys. We're getting there. What else can I make you... What other stories can I make you listen to while we... He is 3. K is 11. Oh, shit. This will be nice because if we do determine... Here's what I like about what we're doing right now. If we determine that I have the wrong, like, legend, A does not equal 1, B does not equal 2, C does not equal 3, etc., all we have to do is... Well, it's not actually that easy. All we have to do is manually replace 4... So 25 times 4, 100 different letters, and copy and paste them 500 times. And then we'll have the correct answers. Never mind. It's not actually as good as I thought it was. I thought I was a genius, and I'm saving myself so much future work if this is a problem. But it turns out, I don't know that first off, I've never been a genius, and I don't know that it'll save me any work. Say, there's so many of them which are A in the 2nd slot, D in the 4th slot. Sand. Actually, no, head is different. Card. Made. Road is also different. Hand. Wait, are there 2 hands? No, there's just 1. I think what's happening is that I'm kind of going crazy, like looking at these over and over again, because I keep being like, I've seen this word before. Hand. I've seen this word before, but I'm actually thinking of head because it's similar enough. It's 8, 5, 1, 4 rather than 8, 1, 14, 4. Oh boy. We're losing it a little bit. Vase. V is an interesting one. V is 22. Then 1, then 19, then 5. Yep. This is a way more efficient way of doing this than... I did last time. Safe is the one that we already did. So it should be 15. We'll check our work here. We'll check our work. We did safe and we did sand. I forgot about that. So it's 19, 1, F is 6, you are 5. Oh, I don't know why I just copied and pasted that. 15. Beautiful. Cool. That's one of the ones we had done already. So it appears to be working, or at least if it isn't working, then it is consistently not working. Shit. L is 12. I accidentally typed L. A is 1. Y is 25. Beautiful. Last one. Toes. And then I just want you to know that at the end of this, we're going to get a series of numbers that I don't know what to do with. I just want you to know. I should have said it ages ago. What's going to happen here is we're going to get a series of numbers that I don't know what to do with. That's the end of the story. Oh, I didn't copy the values. Or I pasted the formatting as well. But here's the thing. Let's go through, because I think this is positive for me generally. That I wonder if it's proof of something that all of them have given me numbers. Does that make sense? Like, all of them have ended up with whole positive numbers. 5 is the biggest one. We should probably just go one by one, and then we'll zoom out at the end. Peak is just 1. Clam is, you guessed it, I'm in the club. Okay. 20 for Toad. Card is 9. 14. I like it when they end in LL, because then you times 12 and divide by 12, meaning that nothing actually happens. And I like it when nothing actually happens. Ooh, I thought for a second that this one didn't actually end up in a whole number, but it does. Did I say that out loud already? The thing that I'm interested in is, like, I wonder if it is a sign that all of these are actually working and producing whole numbers. Maybe that's also just like a rule of mathematics when you take this many integers and when you take this many whole numbers and you add, subtract, divide, and multiply them together, that you end up with vase and safe are the same, both 15. Okay. 11. Oh my God, I just had an idea. Oh my God, I just had an idea. Oh my God, I just had an idea. Are all of them smaller than 26? %. 100%. Oh, shit. Equals. Oh, Christ. I don't know what I did. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. Let's just drag it out. Delete. Make this one normal. This one right here. 19 is S. 20 is T. Is this going to make a word? If this makes a word, I'm going to shit my pants. I is 9. The 12 is L. Still, yeah, it's a word. Let's go. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, babies. Make it big. Make it big. Make it even a different color. I mean, it's fine. That's a fine color. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, God. Okay. Now I'm getting nervous. Now we're getting nervous. Now my heart is suddenly beating 40 beats per minute. Quicker. Okay. All right. We should probably zoom out just a little bit more. I don't know. Okay. 23. I'm still still water. Oh shit. Still water. T I T-I-N. T-I-N. 20 is T. Wait. Still water tints? Tints as in changes the color of, or like in some way affects the color of? Still water. Okay, God. I need to not think. I need to just focus. 2 is B. 12 is L. Blah. 14 is in, and then K. Still waters. Tints blank. Oh my God, this is nuts. What is happening? 15 is O. Still water, tints. Is this books? This is books. What the fuck does that mean? I don't know, but I'm gonna shake up that sound. That looks dirty. I'm exploding. I'm popping a imaginary champagne because it fucking worked. It worked on the first try, which is nuts because what it means is that I had it right on the first try, and I was like, I'm too lazy to do it. Yeah. Oh baby, and I'm so happy. None of them gave answers bigger than 26, and I have to talk about this. Here's what I like about this puzzle. In my mind, even it's written right here. What's the key that unlocks the cipher? Does A actually equal 1? In my mind, I'm basically solving a placeholder puzzle as I'm going through and looking at Toad. T is the 20th letter of the alphabet. O, that's the 50th, and I'm cross-referencing. The whole time I'm like, it's a placeholder. You get done, and you're left with a bunch of the things that you have been placeholding. And I'm like, wait a second. If these aren't placeholders, maybe, and then I'm left being like, maybe they're not placeholders. Maybe we just like basically, I think this puzzle is beautiful in that it asks you to extrapolate what you've done already. They're obviously numeric cores because they're 4 digits. They're and then once you've done all this numeric core and you're left with nonsense, it's not nonsense anymore because the solving of the puzzle helped you translate that it's not nonsense anymore. Still water tints blank books. I have no idea what that means, but I need a drink. The only thing. So first off, what's a blank book? There are a lot of books in the game. I'm looking through my notes. There are a lot of books in the game. I don't think of any of them as blank. Still Waters is more interesting to me because the Children of Blackwater is not Stillwater. Let's go ahead and look at the other thing about Stillwater is it makes me think of Alzara. Is there a... No, there's a shadow that will never be cast. There is a black mirror. There is a cursed box. There's white sands. I remember that much. Me standing on white sand, a black cat on a red flag, wind blowing, flag does not stir. Door marked by rogue. Something. Locked but no key. 8 letters, 7 of which I can read. Okay. None of that is striking my fancy. Stillwater tints blank books. When I think Stillwater in this game, I think of Reservoir. That's a very still water. Does it mean still water as in unmoving, or does it mean up to this point, it is still true. Like, my guess is more the first one. Unmoving water, tints, blank, books. The books we have in this game, we have gardening books. We have Her Ladyship's Sleep Diary, A History of Erendia, 2 versions. We have a book about pumping, pump room. We have Realm and Rune. We have Red Prince. We have Blueprints. We have Red Prince Draft. We have A History of Reddington, whatever that is. We have Swimbird, which is... No, we should read that. We should read that. Is there anything about still water in here? Because if any of the books have a puzzle in them that we haven't found yet, it could be this one. No. I don't see anything there that really stands out to me. Are any of these books blank? Fixed stars. That's my list of books. There are probably a couple others, but that's the ones I have screenshots of. Still water, tense blank books. I'm kind of in my mind. Here's what I'm thinking. I should express this real quick. In my mind, here's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm kind of thinking of that as a like invisible ink. If you have a blank book that gets tinted, would that not be in some like? Would that be a way of describing? You have a page that is blank, but then invisible ink appears if only you know how to draw it out, right? So in my immediate instinct here, it's like maybe this is a way to reveal some invisible ink. Still water. Take a book to the reservoir. Still water tints. Was it plural book? It is plural book. Tints blank books. What I like about it is that it's grammatically correct from a plurality standpoint. Still water, singular, still water. Tints, you have the plural version, or the singular version there. It'd be different if it said still water tint. That'd be wrong. But no, still water tints. There's planetarium. I may regret making that so common. I don't really need more stars, necessarily. Give me another observatory. I just want to see what happens. I want to see what happens in our spiraling of stars. Still water, tints. If you were returned, something let it fade. You know it might be rude. I really shouldn't be singing now. Sorry, guys. Sorry for making you listen to 23 about 4 different times, and then also a bad version of Linger? That's Linger, right? If you... Yeah, that's Linger. Great song. I mean, we'll take some extra stars, I guess. Why not? All right, let's do another one. If you what? It's too early to call this an episode as I sit here and think. Still water, tints, blank books. I'm thinking like metaphorically. Like, is there? I mean, this is still water right here. The well. Is there any book you can take in your inventory? It's if the puzzle is like take a book to some still water, I don't think I can take a book anywhere. I think all of the books, they stay in the library. They exist in the like tomb extra room for the 2 drafted books. They exist in the parlor game puzzle for the Blueprints book. They exist. I don't know that I could take the books somewhere. Can I take something to the books? That's kind of how I'm reading this thing, is like take a book to water, or take a water. You can take a book to water, but you can't make it read. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what this means. If you have... Okay. I don't know, but this is going really fast. We got lucky. We drafted observatory really quickly there. And planetarium. Still water. Tense blank books. Do we do it again? Do we take still and turn it into a numeric core? The problem is we wouldn't know where to separate the numbers. It can't be 5 numbers, right? It's got to be... Wait, does it have to be 4? I'm looking at my notes. 86455, they split into 45. It's got to be 4, right? Yeah, exactly. You have to split it into 4. Yeah, because it has to be 1 for each of the mathematical things. Yeah. Dang. I'm writing so high, though. It's kind of, I will say, it's kind of a bummer. Not a bummer. There's 2 types of, like, for lack of a better word, orgasmic epiphany. Right? There's two kinds of puzzle solving. There's the puzzle solution that comes like... I shouldn't say it that way. Jesus Christ. There's the puzzle solution that hits you like a bus, where it just steals your breath and you're just like, oh, I know what it is. And then there's the type of puzzle solution that comes from, again, that arrives after like slow consideration and like, Our deciding to make a spreadsheet was very... Like, this is an idea, I was like, I can't let my lack of desire to do the work be the reason I don't fully test a hypothesis, so we have to have a better way to do the work. I got 2 numbers when I did slab and sand. Slab? When I did safe and sand. I have to follow that clue. I can't just be like, well, if I were a less lazy man, I'd do more work. So we have to come up with a better tool. So then it's like, okay, I bet a spreadsheet could be a way to add and subtract these numbers aggressively, repeatedly. So it's a little bit of a less sad... In some ways, those types of epiphanies or like answers, less epiphany, more slow application of a theory until you get an answer. A little bit less satisfying sometimes, but in a different way, I'm more proud of this solution. I'm more proud of this solution because then, like, when an answer just kind of arrives in your head, it's so fun to get to be like, oh my God, I know what it is. But it is less, because it is less effortful, I think sometimes I am less proud of it. Does that make sense? Is anything that I'm saying making sense? Like, I think of the moment where I was like, oh my God. The family core is unlocked by the sum of its parts. So it's unlocked by 8. It's unlocked by a key 8. Oh my God. Like, that was such a... lightning. Felt like I'd been struck by lightning. Looking at these and being like, wait, are all of these numbers less than 26? That feels really good. But in some ways, I feel like I was less present for the solving of the puzzle when that happens. It feels like a gift from on high. You know what I mean? And not a, like, quote-unquote earned puzzle answer. The thing with puzzles, though, is that I do think most of the time what's happening is a deeper part of your brain or a slightly less conscious part of your brain is turning things over, too. So, like, sometimes, like, a less... How do I phrase this? A part of my brain that is less far from, or sorry, that is further from the part of my brain which is like speaking to you and trying to make sense right now and trying to logically think through how we solve something or how we approach something. It's a part of my brain that is far from that is the type that can suddenly be like, oh, room it, key 8, oh! I don't think it's less earned. They're just less, one part of my brain is like trying to speak through it, and another part of my brain is just kind of getting there. If you have less, what? If you have less, what? I'll do one more. I'll do one more, and then I'm calling it a day. One more. Oh, shit, I should have gone to planetarium. Oh, well. Still water. Tense? Tense is an interesting word there, because there is a second meaning of tense, right? There's blue tense. There's the tense outside where I call it a day every day. There's... or where I don't call it a day, ever, but where I camp. But tent is also, like, color, not necessarily to, like, mark. Like, if still water marks blank books, that would be a very different meaning, right? It'd be a different word choice, but I think it would more clearly be trying to say, like, hey, to put a mark in a blank book is more on the nose for what I'm trying to say, I guess. I don't know. What does it mean? Still water, tense blank books. Still water. Tense blank books. Brother, I do not know. Still water. The water in this game is reservoir, is pool, aquarium, pump room, greenhouse, the well out front, or like the fountain out front. There is the waterfall off the back of the thing. Maybe we need to stop the waterfall. Still water. I don't know how you would do that. There is water in the kitchen. There is water in the... in these glasses? No, they're empty. There's water. There's not water in Secret Garden. There's not water... Is there any other water outside or under? There's the, like, creek that is on the western path. There's the watering can, which is, you know, an item. Still water? Tense blank books. Do I take the watering... okay, I'm going to write that down. Do I take the watering can? To some books? I don't know what books. I don't know what I would do with it, but that's not it's, you know, I've been saying the problem is this makes me feel like I want to either bring water to books or bring books to water, but I don't have any water that I can bring a place. Guess what? I do have a watering can. I could take that watering can to the drafted books, like a New Clue or the drafted Red Prince, or I could take it to Blueprints, or I could take it to any place, really. I don't have a key. A key here. Still, oh boy. This is another turn scorched sundial base. God damn it. I can't believe they've done it again. I would say take a shot every time I say still water, but I don't want you to die. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna be stuck saying these things. I'm gonna be just repeating myself for the next 5 episodes. Okay. I can't find a observatory right now. See if we can get one here. What did it say? If you have less, you have less. If I have less what? Less, like allowance than stars. If I have less. Less what, motherfucker? You have less footsteps than money? What makes sense for less? Give me observatory. Come on. Give it to me. Have we taken study yet? We have not. Okay, I don't really need all these gems. I'm just gonna ignore them. Like the ones in wine cellar. Come on, give me observatory. What a wildly successful day, though. You know. Corrected myself on Spirals of Stars, which is good because I'm kind of, can I be honest with you guys? I'm kind of in love with Spiral of Stars. I corrected myself, which is good because it means I can keep chasing it, and I'm kind of in love with it. I'm kind of obsessed with the Spiral of Stars right now. You have less than what? God damn it. Okay. Unfortunately, we're going to call it there. I'm going to go to Planetarium and call it a day, but you have less than what? I don't even need to go here. I should probably screenshot that for my records, though, because I like to screenshot the one that I end on for the day, because then I can sit there and stare at it for the next 3 days before I record my next episode. I could be like, if you have less than what? If you have less than what? Yeah, what a day. I mean, we corrected ourselves on how to progress with Spiral of Stars, and I like that because that means I can keep chasing things down. Then, I mean, spreadsheet worked way better than I would have guessed. I'm kind of proud of how I color-coded it. I'm kind of proud of how I figured out a method for summing and therefore subtracting and multiplying and dividing. And not only was it not a dead end, we fully figured it out, except for the fact that we don't know what it means. We fully figured it out, except for the fact that we have no idea what we're doing next. But that's still a victory. It's still a victory. It's a big victory. That's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to leave a like or a positive comment. And thanks so much for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me for the last hour, especially while I sang Miley Cyrus to you and played around on a spreadsheet. That was surely something. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Until then, bye.